We're live and alive here in the studio.
So we are.
This is the first episode of the Quadcast, streaming live on Quadra Island, BC. Thanks for tuning in. This is our first episode with the lovely Kate Alexandra. Grant.
Thank you.
Got it right.
Stoked to be here.
Nice. So I wasn't sure who to have as a first guest. I wanted to have Johnny in here because he was going to do some co-hosting, but Johnny can't make it. So I figured, hey, Kate would be a great first.
I'm a close second.
A close second as well. But I figured you'd be a great first guest to have in here. So thank you so much for coming in to the studio.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So what'd you get up to this morning? What was your morning?
Well, it was Sunday, so it was a good morning. Had a little sleep in, and then, as you know, we like to have our matcha coffee lattes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I know that, but nobody else knows that.
Nobody else knows
So what's
that.
what's a matcha coffee latte?
Well, Gibson doesn't like coffee.
I don't do the coffee.
You don't do the coffee, but I do. So I do a little bit of coffee in the cappuccino machine.
What kind of coffee?
Right now I'm doing the ethnic. I don't know. It's purple and silver with black writing, and it comes from Healthy Way.
Ethnic blend.
Something like that.
Okay.
Anyway, that's what I'm doing right now. It's delicious. And then I steam the milk with that, and then add a little bit of matcha powder, and add that whole concoction together to the steamed milk. And for you, I just do matcha with boiled hot water. And add that to the steamed milk, and there you go. It's best breakfast bev ever.
Nice.
And then after that, got down the Haskin Farm Trail with the dogs for a little walk.
Where's the Haskin Farm Trail?
That's the one at the mouth of Smith Road.
Okay, so yeah, that one goes down through the meadow.
That's
and
right,
then
to the beach.
Down to the beach is actually, we've been doing that one because there's a nice hill climb part at the bottom, and we've been trying to go up the hill climb part. I see lots of people with their dogs down there. It's a good part.
We've been practicing our shadow boxing.
I should, Kate, shadow boxing. Gotta shadow box the trees, you know? Yeah, so Haskin Farm is a really... Quadra's sweet because it has so many nice trails, and you get to actually see people out on them and get to say hello and
Especially
good morning.
for dog lovers.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and then after that, I did my morning sadhana, which is...
What is a sadhana?
That is a daily practice, yoga and meditation. And you do...
Is it a Kundalini thing or
Well,
yoga thing?
yeah. My, sadhana just means practice, really. And so currently my daily sadhana consists of some sun salutations to keep my body feeling good. Spine flexes, a little bit of cat-cow.
What's a sun salutation?
Sun salutation is a movement and breath kind of connected little sequence that you do that warms up your whole body and just stretches things out, kind of wakes up the digestive system before breakfast. And yeah, it feels really good.
Nice.
I highly recommend doing a few sun salutations when you wake up in the morning.
Nice. Yeah, so then we did a walk and had a bit of breakfast. We did a light breakfast this morning.
Super light fruit breakfast.
Fruit breakfast. We were talking about doing breakfast at Aroma this morning, but Sunday they're doing Benny's over there. So
Yum.
Shout out to the Aroma Cafe across the road there. I'm pretty regular as my shop is located across the road from Cafe Aroma. Pretty convenient. Those guys over there are super nice. They always got something fresh baked goodies in there, which is really nice. Quadra's got a bunch of really nice good food, which is kind of nice around here. Here we might be getting even a new bakery or something down there.
That's the word on the street.
Word on the street has it we might get a new bakery down at the landing, or the old landing turned into something. So
perfect for all those overloads in the summer.
Yeah, what's that bakery we went to?
On Lund?
On Lund, yeah.
Nancy's
Bakery.
We're hoping the new bakery compares to Nancy's Bakery.
Yeah.
Very, very tasty.
Well, there's so many boats that go past there. You would think if there's a good bakery that people would actually stop at the dock and want to load up, exactly, right? Yeah, the Cove, I don't know, there's a bunch of changes happening in the Cove. Pretty stoked. Stoked to be down here, really. Old folks senior center coming in.
Yeah.
pretty stoked on that.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
that'll actually
a need here on the island.
Maybe that'll actually open up a bit more rentals for people, because I know there's a rental shortage like crazy on the island. So people want to move here, but there is nowhere to move. So there's a few seasonal things that come up in the summertime, but pretty low key, to be honest. But yeah, people want to travel here. That's for sure. We did a bit of traveling.
In August.
In August there.
Beginning of September this year. Yeah.
Where did we go?
We went to Scotland. It was a very, very great adventure. Magical place.
Yeah, exactly. And do you guys know what Scotland's national animal is?
Pop quiz time.
I'll give you a moment to think. It's not what you think. It's not what you think it is. It's actually a unicorn.
Unicorn! Best national animal ever.
Yeah. So we learned that, and we went over to Scotland to do a glass blowing festival that I was actually invited to.
Aberfoyle.
In Aberfoyle, which is just off of Glasgow. Glasgow was pretty sweet. Oh, Kyle got it, the unicorn. Nice, bud. Yeah, so we went to Glasgow, and we landed in England first, and landed in London. Basically went to the park in London, fed some pigeons.
a lot
of pigeons. We ended up having too many pigeons, and we're like, we're causing a bit of a scene here. We had our Airbnb right by the Euston station, so we just rolled into the Euston station, had an Airbnb, which, if you haven't, I don't know, lots of people are scared of Airbnbs still.
They're great. I highly recommend them.
Yeah, and it's not, people think, oh, what do you mean? You're just going to go stay in somebody's house and share their bedroom or whatever. You're like,
it's not like that.
No, there's lots of different options. Our Airbnb was actually above the, it was Thai?
No, it wasn't Thai.
What was it?
Nepalese.
Yeah,
that's what it was. It was delicious.
Yeah, it was like
what it was.
The Nepalese. It was like a
family-run restaurant.
Yeah, family. We had like a curry rice duck thing, and it was
so
like
good.
delicious, really spicy. So they had like a deal going on because it was their Airbnb. You could like eat in their restaurant, which was kind of cool. Get a bit of a deal. So yeah, we went to Euston, and then I had family in. Let's not forget what else we did in London. We went to
the Shakespeare's Globe and saw A Midsummer Night's Dream.
There you go.
And it was amazing.
That was what Kate wanted to do, so we said, okay, we'll go to the Shakespeare's Globe. And
what a cool experience.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I didn't really know anything about it, but actually, like doing a bit of research, kind of a cool place or whatever.
It's a very cool place.
Yeah. So we went and checked the
I'm just thinking of all the girlfriends in the audience whispering to their boyfriends what that meant in that last scene.
Yeah, this is what's going on. Oh, okay. So yeah, we did the Shakespeare's Globe, and then we basically took a train to a small little town called Linford. Double E, I'm hitting the bong like Cheech and Chong. Nice. Thanks, Kyle. So basically, we went to my family's in Linford. They have like they live in a small little town there. Went to Uncle Pete's place. Went to their local pub, which they turned into from a local pub to a posh new restaurant. Apparently, is what they pretty much called it. So yeah, the posh restaurant was pretty funny. Had a nice little classic British meal and some pints there.
Yeah.
Stayed with the fam for a couple of days, got cleaned up, and then we went and saw Glass Charlie. We took a train.
That's right, Bristol.
Took a train to Bristol from Linford there, I guess. Train to Bristol
lots
was
of trains.
Pretty sweet. Yeah, lots of trains.
Pretty cool.
I got a refund on that train because that was the one with the bathroom.
None of the bathrooms were working. Everybody was so upset.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. I remember
they refunded everyone.
Pissing off the back of the train station platform.
I did not do that.
Yeah.
I waited.
Yeah, so then we got to Bristol. Bristol was pretty sweet. Met up with Mr. Glass Charlie himself.
Great art.
Yeah.
Great street art.
Yeah, Bristol's famous for, that's where Banksy made
We
his...
saw a Banksy original. What
Yeah.
was left of it?
Yeah, because I guess the thing is to basically try and paint over a Banksy as soon as you can, because if you're the guy that paints over the Banksy...
Street cred.
Yeah, definite cred. So, Bristol was pretty sweet. Tons of cool graffiti there, and basically hung out with Mr. Glass Charlie. He took us to a couple of...
He was a fabulous host. Thank you, Glass Charlie.
Yeah, took us to a couple of sweet pubs, and we just ate some munch and went back to his place. We were pretty pooped from the long travel day, so we didn't like party hard or anything. Bristol's got a huge party scene. But it was nice to just connect with a good bud, checked out his shop, and then we had to mosey out. The next day we had a plane booked because we messed up our trains, yada yada yada. So we ended up having to get a cheap ticket, and the cheapest way to get around in the UK is you just fly. So got the cheap ticket.
Much faster that way.
Yeah, cheap ticket with the EasyJet or whatever. That was like, it was like $200 for the both of us to fly from Bristol to Glasgow. And then we got a pickup. Did we get a pickup in Glasgow? Yeah.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, we got a pickup in Glasgow, which brought us to the hotel, which the Highland Flames, shout out to the Highland Flames. Those guys at the West End.
They were awesome.
Actually, no, we didn't even get a pickup. I'm trying to remember that. We got into the airport and he gave us some instruction to take a cab to the ferry.
Oh, that's right, the ferry, and then we got to pick up at the ferry.
Yeah, well, no, we had that. We asked the cabs to get us a ride to this ferry, and none of the cabs really knew where this ferry was.
You should tell them about the ferry.
Yeah, and then finally somebody knew where the ferry was, and basically we got dropped off at like this little parking lot, and it wasn't a ferry. It was definitely like an aluminum.
It was a little boat.
It was an aluminum landing craft with like a 115 on the back.
With a little
like
ramp
some old timer, and he had a little
us.
ramp and like a few bicycle pedestrians.
And swans. There were swans.
Yeah, there's swans
next to the ferry.
all around there.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, we loaded up on a little ferry, and it was just like a little like 2 minute
about 2 minutes.
across the little channel, and we're like, that was it. Yeah. And then it was just like a walk up the street to Buddy's head shop there, and dropped off all of our gear, and then we eventually got a cab to the hotel, which was attached to the hospital. We found out
Royal Jubilee or something like that.
It was pretty fancy though, nice place.
On the River Clyde.
Yeah, nice river view, and the pool, and we got to get clean because we're feeling like we've been on trains and planes for too long.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Highland Flames was dope. Basically, we took the time to have a little look around Glasgow.
Took a couple days.
Did
The
some
art
shopping.
scene in Glasgow was amazing. We saw a show every night.
Pretty much.
Took me out to a burlesque show on my birthday in Glasgow.
Yeah. And our
Very
favorite
cool.
art piece of Glasgow was...
Oh, Sir Wellington?
Yeah.
Sir Wellington!
The Duke of Wellington.
With his cone head.
So if you look up the Duke of Wellington,
It's a
Glasgow, pretty hilarious.
Took a yoga class in Glasgow.
Nice.
That was really nice.
They put a cone on the Duke's head.
And sometimes the horse as well.
And the horse, yeah. Pretty hilarious.
Yeah. That's in front of the art museum.
Yeah.
Which
So,
is also fun.
yeah.
To check out.
So we checked out Glasgow, and...
Highly recommend yoga classes with people with Scottish accents. It's really relaxing.
yeah, and then basically we got hooked up with a ride out to Aberfoyle, which is like, a tiny little... I think we were just like at the end of town too, right?
It was very, very small.
Yeah, one little strip with
One
like the little coffee shop and the little bar and a couple little hotels.
Well, there was like 3 bars on the one street.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, your classic little pastry
Bakery.
shops, bakery, coffee shop type
Didn't
thing.
you make them a little
Bike
gift,
rentals.
a little
yeah.
parting gift?
Shout out to Maggie's Bakery in Aberfoyle.
Delicious shortbread.
Yeah, best shortbread in the world apparently. So we rented bikes, and then, well, we got to the event site, and basically we realized that we were on a farmer's field with like
In a yurt.
with
In a cow field.
with a bunch
Or I think
of
it was a horse field.
farm roads that we had to be going up and down. So basically we just kind of we're like, okay, well,
We need bikes.
let's get some bikes. We need to be able to get around and go into town and shit. It was a bit of a huff back and forth.
And the
so
porta potty was about a 20-minute walk.
what's up, Johnny?
From the yurt.
I think we're having a little bit of connection problems on the YouTube live stream. Let me know if you can get in there. It's saying the connection's a little bit unstable. But join in the YouTube chat if you can. See if you can send us a message. Let me know how the quality is on there. Yeah, so we got to basically our horse field and unpacked our gear into the yurt. And
It was a nice yurt.
it was a nice yurt. Buddy's business was basically renting, or he buys these yurts for like $500 or whatever, and then rents them out for like, $50 a night. And then after he does that for a couple of years, he flips the yurts on Craigslist for $200 and like makes his money back again on that, buys more yurts. So it was sweet. And he goes to India and has like all the carpets, and it was all like cute. And
It was cute.
I'm like, hey, is this gonna do? She's like, yeah. I was like, whew. So yeah, and then we basically went to go buy some gumboots for Kate, or wellies, because we couldn't find any anywhere, and we were in a horse field.
It was essential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got some wellies, we got some bikes, and then basically we were there like a day early. So the setup was like, all right, let's set this sheep shearing barn up. Same name on YouTube. Yeah, it's gonna be under Quadcast. I shared the link on my video's not working, and it loads and loads and will not play. Well, yeah, it looks like we're having a problem. We're recording the video. We'll just do an upload later if we need to. Setup. We're setting up with
the sheep
in the sheep shearing barn. Basically,
it was more of a barn than a shed.
Yeah. Basically, it was a very interesting spot to set up a glass blowing station or party, but we managed to do it. We brought in some gravel, we leveled it out, we brought in some floor, we brought in a bunch of tables, we brought in all the lights and the hoses and the oxygen and all that, and once we got it all hooked up, we're a couple hours behind schedule, but we actually managed to put a pretty sweet glass blowing fest together. Those boys at the Highland Flames did it up really nice. They kept us happy, they kept us fed. Salim there was feeding us some really good curry. Yeah. Had a little visit from the police, but that was good. They came and did a little walkthrough and thought it was all right. Got to do some nice bicycle rides.
Yeah, lots of really nice bike rides. Beautiful country.
It was like a team of Canadian Army women that came in.
Oh, yeah.
Like all these Army
they had
women.
A monument made to them, the working women.
Yeah, all these logger women came in and planted like 1 million trees or something like that. And it was so many trees that the Queen came and like blessed the forest
and
or
honored
something.
all the women.
Had a cup of tea or whatever, right?
Yeah. It was very, very cool piece of history to check out.
Pretty hilarious. Like, oh, this Queen was here having a cuppa as we were biking along this trail and found the monument. It was pretty funny. So yeah, Scotland was dope. Mm-hmm. Had a good time there. Would definitely like to go back. Pretty cool spots. We definitely didn't check out. Didn't check out the north. So yeah, that's like anywhere though. We've done a bit more traveling too. Mm-hmm. We did Mexico last. Mm-hmm. We did Puerto Vallarta and hung out with our friends Vagabond Glass down there. He put us up, took us around Vallarta.
Yeah, that was great.
A lot of Canadians, they go to Vallarta and they go stay in Bucerias.
I like Bucerias. There's more massages on the beach in Bucerias
and
in Vallarta.
Yoga everywhere.
Yoga everywhere. That's really nice.
Yeah, pretty nice.
2 years ago, we went to Jamaica.
Yeah.
That was a very, very cool experience.
Yeah, we definitely did the super unconventional Jamaica
trip. We didn't stay in
trip.
any resorts.
No, we did 2 nights in the one kind of resort, which wasn't even a resort. They were like, it was like made to be.
That was
like,
over Christmas. All the walls were made of shells.
Yeah, it was made to be like a Jamaican style resort.
Was it Winifred Beach that it overlooked, or was that the other beach?
No, Boston Beach.
Boston Beach, that's right.
Yeah.
It was very cool, very pretty. The one and only place we had warm water.
Yeah.
Was there.
Yeah, we're like, oh my god, warm shower, that's nice.
But it's so warm there, you can get away with the cold showers, no problem. Well, I actually have a cold shower every morning, so.
Yeah, you're crazy to get cold showers every morning. I did it every now and again as a kid or whatever, doing the cold shot in the morning, but yeah, not the full body cold shower.
Good. It's really good for your pores. It's really good for your organs. It's a very cleansing practice. I highly recommend.
There you go. Kate says cold shot in the morning after
cold shower.
After your cold, you do the hot shower and then.
I like to get in warm and then I turn it on cold. It's easier that way.
There you
Feels
go.
nicer.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the what was that? That cold shower spa thing that we did.
That was the hydro path.
The hydro path.
That was the Kingfisher
That was
Spa
pretty cool.
Resort.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Yeah, if you haven't done that, I don't know, it's kind of worth it.
Yeah.
It was kind of neat. So why are you living on Quadra? When do you like so much about Quadra, anyways?
Well, I was born and raised here, so it's home to me. I did take off right away after high school to Toronto to go to school for theater. Because, when you're 17, you got to get far away from home, and the bigger the city, the better. So I went to the biggest one and the farthest one away I could, and that was a super amazing experience. I had a great time there. Amazing scene in Toronto for anything you want to do. It's there. Stayed there for about 5 years, and I came back to Quadra for a little while, and then I ended up moving to Commercial Drive in Van for a couple years. That's where we met. And
Commercial Drive's pretty sweet. Of all the spots in Van to live,
great.
Really, Commercial's all right.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. But after the while, the city's just kind of exhausting. It's a lot of fun, but I found everything's so expensive that you just really have to work a lot and.
Gotta have three jobs plus.
Yeah, and I was finding I didn't have any time to pursue anything that I was passionate about or really cared about and felt like it was lighting me up as a human. So, that paired with meeting you.
Me dragging you back to the island. Yep.
Dragged me back, yeah. But those combination of things brought me back here.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm really happy I'm back.
Nice, you're enjoying Quadra. Quadra's pretty sweet right now. I think it's a good time to be living on Quadra. There's some really nice people here. There's some good changes. There's some nice, things are happening.
Yeah. It's a beautiful place. I feel like I'm a little fairy in an enchanted forest, whenever we go for a walk outside.
It's definitely a rainforest here. It rains a lot, but it's so green and so lush and so many big trees. Feel pretty lucky to be living here, really.
Yeah, you feel like I would find when I was living in the city, just coming off the ferry and getting onto the island, all of this weight just sloughs away that you didn't even know you were carrying around, and you can actually get grounded here. Your feet in the dirt.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference energetically.
It's definitely a bubble here, though. It's nice to leave the island and actually get off it and see some of the real world. Yeah.
We do live in a very enchanted little bubble here.
Yeah, pretty sweet. What do you got? Are you teaching? You're not doing yoga classes, but you got kids classes or?
Yeah, I have a lot of classes. I feel very fortunate that when I moved back, I was able to do a lot of the things that I feel I came here to do. Yeah, do you want me to tell you what classes I have? A little plug for my classes?
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it. Are they all on Quadra, or are you doing classes here?
Why don't we do Quadra ones first?
What do you got going on Quadra for classes?
For classes on Quadra, on Mondays at the community center, I co-direct Sing for Pure Joy with my mom, Mary Dennison.
Nice.
And that is a singing group that all the songs are done in the traditional method of call and response, so you don't have to have any previous music experience or anything. It's just singing for everyone. And that's Monday afternoons. And then last week we just had our Island Theater Kids show, which was an adorable gong show as always. Those kids did great. I was very proud of them.
Nice.
That's my musical theater group I do here on Quadra, and that's ages 3 and up. There's a few different classes. We've got singing, dancing, and acting, so we cover the basics of theater. And I'll be starting up a junior ballet class starting in January.
Junior ballet.
Yes, so primary ballet for 3 to 6 year olds.
Cool.
Yeah. And then, let's see. And then the next Quadra thing would be Thursday mornings. We do parent and taught dance and stories, which is totally free for all the moms and babies. That's always fun.
Where's that at the community center?
That's also at the community center.
Cool.
And then Thursday evenings, I direct the Quadra Singers. And so we've got our concert.
That's the choir.
That's the local choir.
Choir director right here.
That's right.
Nice.
And we have a very fun concert on Friday the 13th. That's this Friday.
Spooky.
So, yeah.
Spooky.
Hopefully it won't be too spooky.
Nice.
And then what else? I think that's about it on Quadra right now for classes. Sometimes my theater kids has gone off island. I've spent some time on Reed at the Sturgeon Narrows Elementary. It's
Nice.
awesome over there.
So you've taught kids on Quadra, Reed, Vancouver. Do you see it? Richmond, Campbell River. Do you see a difference in the kids from, say, Richmond to Reed Island?
Yeah, you notice a lot of the kids that are living in a more urban area, they almost they don't want to play with kids that are younger or older than them. They'd rather kind of stick with the same age group, I find. Whereas the farther out on the islands you go, like when I go to Reed, those kids are all just so sweet, and the older ones help the younger ones out. And, I think part of it is they're so stoked to have someone new come and teach them some stuff that they're just the sweetest kids. And all island kids, of course, I'm slightly prejudiced being an island kid myself, but I think we're a good breed.
Nice. So you were teaching over on Reed Island.
Yeah.
How was that? You had to commute back and forth, or how'd you get?
Yeah, so for most of the year, or not the year, but most of the 10-week session, I would drive to the end of the road, and then a family would come pick me up in their boat on their way to school. However, towards the end of the sessions, getting into April, there was once or twice where I was able to jet ski out there.
Jet ski girl herself.
Yes.
Wow.
Cat's out of the bag.
Wow. Jet ski girl in the house. Apparently there's a
Yeah.
comic to come too. Are you working on that or what?
Well, there's a first comic is available. It's just black and white. It's $5. Let me know if you want a copy. My Instagram is at Move with Kate.
Nice.
The little dashes in between the word, the low ones.
The underscores.
Yeah, underscores, that's the word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is there some at my mom's gallery too, at the Muscles and More?
I don't know if she has any, but she can definitely get them.
Oh, you should probably get some in there. Probably should.
And that recounts many, based on real experiences, many stories of local adventurers of Jet Ski Girl, and many of them include special guest appearances by Sea-Doo Dude.
Oh!
No, but
funny.
a lot of people think that jet skis are just inherently bad and that they shouldn't be ridden around here, and I think it's a vehicle just like any other. It all depends on the driver or the captain or whatever you want to call it. The operator.
Yeah.
I use my jet ski to get over to town to teach musical theater and yoga. So, and then I just zip back again, and I feel very strongly that you should think before you go poo-pooing on jet skis.
Exactly.
Because some of us are just using it to commute to work.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, we're coming up to the holidays here. Any holiday plans? Are we sticking around for Christmas?
Oh,
We're not
I'm
going
gonna stick
anywhere.
around this Christmas. Yeah.
Nice.
Take a break from everything.
Yeah, we decorated our. We don't even have a Christmas tree. We have a house plant that we
Christmas
kind of
house plant. It's a
decorated.
little bit decorated.
Christmas house plant. That's kind of
Yeah.
fun. Cool. So let's wrap this up. It was really nice chatting with you, but I got one more question to ask you.
Okay, shoot.
So if you were trapped on an island, not Quadra, okay? You're trapped on an island by yourself. You can only have 3 things. What are those 3 things you're gonna have?
The desalinator for the water, so I can drink.
Desalinator.
Water.
She's got water. Okay, good.
Snacks. I don't want to get too hungry.
Snacks.
Snacks
Okay.
that will keep.
That's pretty
And-
general.
I know. Well,
You get 3 things.
the other thing is a luxury tiny home.
A luxury tiny home.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Well, I think that wraps it up. Thank you so much for tuning in. If we did have any issues with the YouTube, I'm going to try and get that sorted out. We did live stream it on the Instagram at Gibson's Glassworks. We did record the video, which I'm going to try and get that uploaded to the Facebook and yada yada. Hopefully things improve on this. If you do want to come in and have a chat, send us a email. It's quadcastinfo@gmail.com. And yeah, thanks for doing episode 1.
Thanks for having me.
Whoop-ah! See you guys.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.